Hi, my name is Shawn Harper. Man, you know what? I played 7 years professional football, blocked for some great running backs and quarterbacks, and I was blessed to take the same concepts that I learned playing professional football to the boardroom, from the locker room to the boardroom. I've been a CEO for close to 20 years now, owning a security firm and other companies. It has been an absolute amazing ride. COVID, though, wow. That was a paradigm. And if I have time today, I'm going to talk to you about how to profit in paradigms. Welcome to my portion of the Comeback Summit. We are going to play to win. I believe each and every one of you are not just winning, but you are a born winner. That's a difference. One is action. The other is a state of being. Now, you say, well, you know, Shawn, it's easy for you to talk about winning. You know, you play professional football. You know, you're a business owner, CEO, executive, motivational speaker, coach. You know, I've heard it all, but you know what? Nothing could be further from the truth. You're looking at the results, but the come up, there's a lot of pain, adversity, pressure. You know, the main thing about pressure is that without pressure, you can't have diamonds. Adversity can break you, but it also can make you a record breaker. I remember standing in the second grade line. First day of school in the second grade, man, I was so excited to be in the second grade. And, you know, I had my friends, just like it was yesterday. And, you know, we're all talking about what we're going to do this year. And, you know, we're high-fiving. And to the left of me was my teacher. And she's talking to the principal. And they're looking at me. And after about a minute, I'm looking. She walks over and she grabs my hand and she pulls me back into the first grade line. And my friends from the second grade, they're now looking at me. They're not laughing anymore. They're frowning. When one guy, he out of nowhere, he just says, Shawn, you failed. Shawn, you're stupid. Shawn, you're dumb. No, you can't hang out with us no more. You're a special kid. You're the dumb kid. From that day forward, I was the dumb kid. From the first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, I was the dumb kid. One day, I'm struggling in class, and the teacher walks over. She asked me to stand up to read, and I'm stuttering because I could not complete a sentence till college, which was horrible. And I'm struggling to complete a sentence, a simple sentence, and all the kids are laughing. She silenced the kids, and she went on with class. And at the end of class, she said, Shawn, stay behind. And she said, you know what? I got something for you. The next day, I'm in a room with a psychologist, a sociologist, you know, all these ologists, you know, and they're testing me for 3 to 4 days. And at the end of the test, I remember that doctor's face. He looked at me, he took off his glasses, he put the pencil down. He said, we have to meet your mother immediately. And she said, or he said, ma'am, your son has 4 to 5 documented learning disabilities. And we have to, you know, put together systems and special classrooms and, you know, segregate him with tutors and the list goes on. And finally, after about a minute or so, my mom stands up, longer than a minute. She stands up and she says, no, she slams her hand down. No, you will not label my son. And she pulled me to the side and she said, baby, I didn't raise no dummy. Baby, it's in you and you have to dig deep to find it. Okay. Continue to struggle. Kicked out of not one school, but 2 schools because of disciplinary issues. You see, after that moment and other moments of abuse and physical abuse, I grew into a mad boy, not a bad boy. See, in the streets, you know, we all look at the bad boys, but you have to be really careful of the mad boys. I went from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I left high school with a 1.62 cumulative GPA, 9 on my ACT. Out of 154 seniors to graduate, my academic ranking was 154. Graduated last in my class, voted most likely to fail. Oh yeah, athletics, right? Listen, I wasn't even honorable mention all conference. I was the guy in the back. And the guys are up front and getting all the awards with their parents. I was too embarrassed to bring my mom. This guy's all state. This guy's all Franklin County. This guy's all American. That guy's all universe, intergalactic, whatever you want to call it. And then there's me in the back, eating that nasty cordon bleu, you know, like who made that? And Shawn, come up and get your participation award. But underneath all of that, man, was this dream. This dream. And it was pounding, you know? Have you ever had a desire? Have you ever had an urge that was so strong it could explode from your chest? And I had this dream of one day playing professional football, one day being, just doing great things. But all I saw was failure. I had this dream of getting to the mountaintop, but all I saw was misery. The thing about a dream is this: you can often count the number of seeds in an orange, but you can never count the number of oranges in the seed. The dream is like a seed. You have no idea what's in you or the potential that's lying within you. Never allow people to crap on your dream. Never allow circumstances to define your dream. Your dream is not the outside in, your dream is the inside out. Your dream moves in elements or situations and circumstances that produces manifestation greater than creation. I can't see it. All I see is failure. You see, it's one thing for them to say I'm stupid. It's another one I say I'm stupid. Last day of school, I'm sitting in the kitchen, the phone rings. There's a junior college calling, a 2-year school in Mason City, Iowa. Shawn, come play football in Mason City, Iowa. I'm in the middle of 2 cornfields. I was like, no, I'm not going. But that dream began to speak. Nothing, I can't do nothing on the hood. Might as well go up there. First year at that junior college, you know what? I sat the bench the entire season, not one play. I would carry water for the starters, right? I would hold the dummies for the starting tackles. And guys are joking, man, why did he even come here? I'm on the bench. I'm watching the coach look for a substitute player. He makes eye contact with me and he looks past me. He looks off. He looks away. I'm like, man. Now I'm getting discouraged. In the last game, I went home to the dorm and I picked up the phone and I called my mom. And I said the 2 words, man, I thought I would never say. I'm like, Mom, I quit. Mom, I give up. Mom, I want to come home. Now I'm expecting my mom to say, oh, baby, come on home, you know. But my mom just, that same fire that I saw in the 5th grade rose up again. She's like, no, go back. I hung that phone up. I said, you know what? You're right. You're right. I don't have the smarts. I don't have your intelligence. I learned later I have a different level of intelligence. But at that moment, I don't have your intelligence. Yeah, you're right. I'm not starting here. Yeah, you're right. I'm one of 6 kids in the South Side, single parent. Yeah, you're right. According to what you have told me, and according to what I've read and what I've seen, you're right. I will never be successful. I said, but baby, I can win. And I created a distinction in my mind, a breach between success and winning. I know nothing about success, but I know everything about winning. See, I've been raised to play football since the 2nd grade, so I understand the concepts of winning. And so I begin to merge winning overlaying success. I said, oh, let's go, baby. But I created a separation between success and winning. You're right, yeah, I won't be successful, but I can win. I understand winning. I've been playing football since the 2nd grade. I was horrible at it. My mom made me play. I didn't want to play. She just put me out there because I needed a male role model because my father left when I was 3 years of age. But I know how to win. I studied winning and I took the laws and the concept of winning from the football field and I brought it over to the success room, to the success platform, and I've been killing it. I've been killing them. I made the separation. See, we're groomed to be successful, but we're not called to be successful. We're encouraged to be successful, but our whole flesh and being doesn't move on a success model. It moves on the winning model. Draft day in the NFL, third pick in the fourth round. Full ride to Indiana University, blocked for a Heisman candidate. Played years in the NFL Europe. Retired, took the same concept. Now I put it into the business world. I applied it to life itself. And it's been sitting there and in our face the entire time. We're not called to be successful. We're called to win. The challenge is that most of us don't know how to win. It was stripped from us around the third or fourth grade. By the time you realized or you were taught or told that Santa Claus is not real, they introduced another concept called success. See, before that, we were playing the win-lose games like hide and seek, race you in the street. That's based off of winning because that is who you are. It's the essence of your being. What do I mean by that? Well, I explain it to you. You're 1 to 2 or 3 million sperm cells. One of the sperm cells, which is you, fertilized the egg. Now you're born. Years later, you're playing the game. The games that you're playing is win-lose games. It's not success games. And then you get a little older. You're playing video games. Oh, I remember video games. I would go to the store in the 80s. I would take a stack of quarters like this big, right? And I'll put it on the video and I'm just waiting to play a game that enticed me for hours. Level after level after level. I've never seen the end of Miss Pac-Man, Defender, Tempest, Galga. Never seen the end of it. I just kept playing it over and over and over. Why? Because I am addicted to winning. I was born to win. My DNA resonates with winning. Gambling is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I fly into Vegas all the time. As soon as I get off the plane, I hear the boom, boom, boom. People at the slots playing all day, waiting for the win. I bet you if those slots were free, they would still play because that pulls the win out of you. Football is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Think about it. Sports, multi-billion-dollar industry. Why? Win. I'll prove it to you. Take your favorite team, NBA or NFL. I'll give it to you. No, NHL. Why not? Let's throw that in there too. Let's say your favorite team lost every single game for the next 5 years. You're a fan. But are you going to the game? Are you going to wear their gear? You're not. Why? Because you can't identify with losing. You're not. Same team wins every game for the next 5 years. You can't find a ticket. Winners. You see, we talk about your why and man, listen, your why is so important, but there's something deeper than your why, and that's the win. You see, your why is your motive. The win is your perspective of who you are. You are a winner. You see, first actions. And then if you want to go deeper, you look at the motive of your actions and they're based off of your belief. And that's where a lot of the speakers and a lot of the trainers stop at. You have to believe, and you have to speak the affirmation. That's fine. But there's one more, there's actually two more. There's one more level deeper than believing, and that's being. That's why you can give a lottery winner millions of dollars and 2 years later he or she's broke. Why? Because they have it on the outside, but they don't have it on the inside. Being. And the being is the winner. So winners always manifest winnings. Before you can become, you have to be or believe. Before you believe, you have to be. And that's what I'm attacking now. Is Shawn, who are you? Victim or victor? Shawn, who are you? If I'm on a roller coaster 300 feet in the air, right? And I'm 300 feet in the air and I'm looking down and I know that it's a ride, I'm not going to scream. I might yell like, oh, right? But if I'm 300 feet in the air, and then there's an announcement, the brakes are broke, the rider's broke, it's a different type of scream. I know it's a game, and I know how to win the game. And since I'm a winner, and if life is a game, you play the game to win, the rule number one in winning is that there's always a way to win the game. That's very important. Because what happens is that they show you what winning is. First of all, winning is more than money, way more than money. It's the fullest expression of who you are mentally, physically, socially, economically, and most important, legacy. This ain't no race. This is a relay. The baton was handed to some of us, we got to pick it up, but we still have to run. So check it out. There's always a way to win the game. So I'm playing video games with my son. I'm trying to bond with my boy, right? A couple years back. And we're playing Star Wars Battlefront, right? And we're like, man, we got to level 12. And we're stuck at level 12. And every day I would come downstairs. Son, before dinner, 45 minutes, level 12, let's go. Get to level 12, smashed, broke down, beat up. I'm like, man, day after day, week after week, month after month. Finally, my son's like, Dad, come on, man. Let's find something else. I'm like, no, we're gonna beat level 12. We're gonna kill that stormtrooper. We're gonna win. Every day, my son's getting frustrated. I don't care. I'm like, one day, I'm playing this game, right? And I'm running from a stormtrooper, and I hit like the B or whatever button, and I jump behind these barrels. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. The stormtrooper runs right past me. I'm like, he didn't see me. Oh, this is crazy. He runs the other way. They don't see me. So this time he ran across. I'm like, pow, pow. Killed him. They don't see me though. I'm like, oh, son. I tell you what, you go around, you run kind of slow, whatever, and you bring them all, let them chase you. And when they get right past me, they're gonna run past me, and I'm gonna pick them all off. We did it. Bam, 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 bam. I'm like, wow. Level after level, the same strategy, same barrel. I'm like, this is amazing. We beat the whole level within a couple days, right? And my son looks at me, there's a glitch. There's a glitch, Dad. And I almost break, no, it's not a glitch. In order for them to legally, morally, and ethically call it a game, in the program, they have to put away the win. They know all the glitches. They know all the codes. That's what we got beta testers for. They put it there so they can call it a game. So this is what they do. They introduce the game to us. They change the name of the game called success. Then they give you the rules. And then you watch and you'll spend the rest of your life trying to become who you are. They devalue you and try to give you what you already got. There are other rules out there, and I'm gonna share them. I gave you the first one. There's always a way to win. Rule number 2 is that once you realize the systems and how to win, then you have to go all in. Now, I watch some ESPN, right? I'm watching ESPN, and and I love the whole gambling shows, right? It's amazing gambling shows, the gambling programs on ESPN, and it always happens, right? It's this guy has a whole bunch of chips. This guy has millions of dollars in chips, and this guy got the funny glasses on, and there's always one person, and he has about maybe like 12 chips left. And they're all laughing. But then what he does is he takes 2 hands, and he doesn't yell, and he pushes it to the middle, and he says 2 words that puts fear and anxiety in every single one of those guys. They have millions of dollars. It's kind of like a badger going up against a tiger. He says, I'm all in. And those 2 words, everything stops. They are second guessing themselves now. The millions of dollars, and they're nervous. 13 chips, $13,000 is backing down $13 million. Because when you are all in, you are dangerous. And so the reconciliation process, or the reconcile process of bringing your body, your mind, and your beliefs to a point that you are all in, you're unstoppable. Most people are not all in. I study body language, right? And they'll say something. I don't listen to what they say. I watch what they say. And when I see that they're talking one thing, but their body language is saying something totally different, I know you're not all in. Waste my time. You're not ready. But when a person is all in, fully invested, spirit and soul and body, they're in agreement. There is so much power in the word agreement. There's so much power in the word agreement that when you have internal agreement, the world reacts, the universe reacts, people around you reacts, because you're all in. I love my country, right? The Declaration of Independence, think about that. These guys signed the Declaration of Independence under the penalty of treason. That's all in. You gotta have that mindset, because the atmosphere will not respond if you don't. Next is you gotta move into the 212. What do I mean by that? Water is water at 211 degrees. It's just water. It's hot water, but it's water. But at 212 degrees, water boils. It changes forms. And from there, that water can turn to gas. And so much has been done with boiling water. 212 degrees. That one extra, that inch extra, 212 degrees, changed the world. The steam engine. People who are running and racing, winning a tenth of a second. They're not huge margins between first and second place. It's not. They're both training, but one wants it more. I know basketball players who trained in the 212. What extra are you doing? My coach told me one day, he said, Shawn, the only thing I'm asking you to do, after he yelled at me on practice, right? The one thing I'm asking you to do, Shawn, is get this much better each day. That's all. It's much better. And over a year, it's going to turn to this much. That's it. Flow in the 212. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? It's very hard for a person to operate in the 212. It is. This is why we have coaches. This is why we have mentors. This is why we have people in your face. So if you don't have a coach, if you don't have a trainer who's pushing you, whether in business or other areas of your life, you can forget it. You have to have someone on your team. It's a bonus. Your team to take you into the 212 and keep you in the 212. Next, you got to know the rules. If life's a game, play to win, okay? What are the rules? Everywhere you go, you have to know the rules. So when I want to win in a certain area or in a certain environment or a new group or a new business setting, the first thing I learn is the rules. The second thing I learn is the words. I can exist in many circles. Why? Because I know the rules or the etiquette, and I know the words and the language. You have to know the rules of the game. In the game of life, they don't have rules, they have laws. And you have to learn the laws. And if you really want to get really good at it, you stack laws on top of laws. When you see a plane fly, all that is thousands of laws working together. The law of lift, the law here, this law, the law of gravity, 32 feet per second in the vacuum, stacking laws on top of each other. Now, bend the rules, break the rules, never break the laws. Know the laws of the game. I tell you what, we fight so hard and you can just wear us out. It can wear you out. Because the laws don't care. The laws don't care if you know them or not. If you break them, it's going to spank you. Period. Know the laws. I talk about that. I share laws. I live by laws. Speaking of laws, my last point is very important. I talked about becoming, being, believing, reversed order. Excuse my ADD. By the way, I'm not disabled. I'm uniquely enabled. But the last point is that I belong. This is where you have to get to. That we are all a part of a community. Yeah, before you can become, you have to believe. Before you believe, you have to be. But in order to really be, you have to belong. It's deep. You belong to a community, whether you acknowledge it or not. You belong to a spiritual community, whether you acknowledge it or not. See, when you belong, it tempers your successes, or your wins. It tempers your wins. It gives perspective to your wins. See, if you walk around and you're living life and it's about me and my wins and my wins and my wins, then it sets you up for a fall, because pride will destroy you. Arrogance will crush you. Self-centeredness and myopic thinking will just derail you. But when you belong and you're attached to something greater than you, I belong to God. And that's who I am. I'm not ashamed of it. And that gives me the balance, and that's my core. And that makes up my core. And when you have a strong core, it balances your muscles. When you have a strong core, it allows your muscles to transfer from your legs to your chest when you play football. I have a core, and my core is Christ. Period. And if you don't like it, cut it off. I don't care. I'm gonna give you a bonus though. And the bonus is, winners know how to prosper in paradigms. Paradigm. That's where you win. Let me explain this to you. Hold on. I need to explain this to you. The paradigm is where winners prosper. In 1983, a bunch of guys stood up and they made a rap video. In 1983, it was called the Super Bowl Shuffle. They made the rap video before training camp. They made the rap video before any game was played. Do you know what are the odds of a team predicting that they are going to win the Super Bowl? Go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl? Think about that. And they're putting it on national TV. They're speaking it in the atmosphere on national TV. It's called the Super Bowl Shuffle. Look it up. Now, how is it that they were able to announce, declare, and predict a game that they were going to win at the beginning of the season? Well, Shawn, it was positive thinking. Yeah. Well, Shawn, they were all in agreement. The law of agreement. It's true. But there was something deeper. They had a secret. And the secret was that the year prior, they invented a defense. It was called the 46 Bear. Up until that moment, last season or 1982 a little, but up until those 2 years, that defense was never introduced. Before the beginning of football, no one knew about the 46 Bear. Rex Ryan, Tolbert, they created a defense, a brand new defense the NFL has never seen. They created a paradigm shift. And they were going to profit from the paradigm shift. Well, Mr. Harper, what's the difference between 1982 and 83? Well, they had to add on one more player, and that was the refrigerator. He was a rookie. And once you put it in there, the 46 was complete, unstoppable. They created a paradigm in the NFL, and they went to the Super Bowl. You profit in paradigms. 1990, the internet was used for the first time for public use. That was a paradigm. Look at the companies that went up. Look at the companies that went down. 9/11, it's a paradigm. Why am I saying this? It's because COVID is a paradigm. COVID is probably the greatest paradigm shift in the history of America, of the world almost. And in that moment, unbeknownst to some companies, they were given a termination certificate. companies are going to go away, but other companies are going to explode. Winners don't look at the circumstances and say, oh me, oh my. Winners look at the circumstances and the changing paradigms and say, how do I win? How can I win? There are some stocks that are going through the roof right now. And there are some stocks that are going to file for, or companies are going to file for bankruptcy. Paradigms. You're in the midst of one of the greatest paradigms in the history of the world. And if you have a winning mindset, you'll kill it. You will kill it right now. You will kill it right now. I'm glad you're watching this summit. We have 60 to 70 speakers, and they're all bringing all types of nuggets. Lock in. Chew on the meat, spit out the bone. Be teachable. I'm going to bless you again on my way out the door. I'm going to give you access to my book, free book. You go to Shawn Harper, ShawnHarper.co. There's a book right there, man. You can just log in. It's yours for free. ShawnHarper.co talks about the winning strategies and the winning laws. The winning strategies, laws like the 212, laws like capacity. These laws you have to understand and capitalize on if you're going to win. Bless you. Thank you. You guys are amazing. God bless you. And listen, you will get knocked down in life. But if you can look up, baby, you can get up. That's what we do. We play to win all day.
Okay, success is for suckers. You know that I am out to win. No holding back, I'm giving my all and going in. With Shawn Harper, it's time to get up off the bench. You got the potential, it's time to rise to greatness. Go for what you want, there is not a comfort zone. Dream big and never stop till you get it done. Eradicate the negative and keep on climbing. You are a winner, remember, if no pressure, no diamond. Yeah, get off the bench and play to win with Shawn Harper.